Thank you for telling me you couldn't hear me. I apologize. I thought I turned the microphone on. I'll just bring it a little bit closer. And I had not turned the microphone on. So thank you. I so appreciate. So here I am jibber jabbering away, and you can't hear me. So I am so grateful, Miss Marie, for you telling me you couldn't hear me. See, I need you guys. And you said you can hear me now. Okay, good. All right. Our question this week is from a viewer. And Sheila says, "Hi, Diana. Yes, we have sound now. Yes, good. Thank you. I did get a new modem for my computer. I haven't figured out how to hook it up yet. And I keep putting that off. But hopefully this weekend I'll get to that. And maybe that'll help some of the glitches. I am in a rural community, but hopefully a new modem will help. Our question this week is a mistake, or if something good comes of it, is it divine intervention? Um, here was a mistake. You couldn't hear me, and I needed you to tell me. You see, thank you. Jakarta says Marie says you look so glowing today. Thank you. Um, I think it's the camera. I say when I look in the mirror, I see the wrinkles. I don't see them as much in the camera, so I'm very fortunate there. Um, and Sheila says you look fabulous, Diana. Thank you. Well, I want to get into what is a mistake. And she says, nice shirt. Thank you. It's a comfortable t-shirt. Um, and you know me, I'm big on t-shirts, wearing t-shirts. So Juliet Tanner joins us, and she says, good afternoon. Was trying to figure out whether it was my computer was mute, but you figured it out. Yay, and a great question. Okay, thank you, Juliet. And just to remind everybody, we will get a message from Phillip, which is one of my books, which is the Master's Book of Answers, which is an oracle book. Also, a quick reminder that if you have questions, you can email them to me. My information is right below here, or you can just put them in the comments and I'll pick them up. And please make the questions of a general esoteric type of nature for everybody. We're all here to grow, and we're all here to add love to our world, but to also be human and enjoy our humanness. And as humans, we make what we call mistakes. So let's see what Phillip has to say. And it's a good thing all of you are here, because without you, I wouldn't have known you couldn't hear me. So thank you so much. Or as Juliet said, you think it's your computers, and here it was my fault. So my mistake. Here we go. We'll find out what that's about. Our question is a mistake, or if something good comes of it, is it divine intervention? Well, I would have to say, if I had to find something good to come out of my mistake I just made by turning the microphone on, but not turning it all the way on or something, because it shows all of you how much I do depend upon you. And I hope you do know that. I tell you that, but I think you just really found out. Okay, so here we go. Let us first define a mistake, which is, shall we say, is an error in judgment. This may seem as simple as taking a wrong turn to get you to your destination, or it may be carrying too much and dropping something, or it may be accepting the position that pays more than the one that pleases your heart, or it may be choosing a life partner who hurts you. This could continue, but we feel you understand our point. In case you don't, let us add, I have to stop here. That's Phillip. That is so Phillip. We feel you understand our point, but in case you don't, Phillip can be harsh. I always try to sometimes tame him a bit, but he can be harsh. So, in case you don't understand, let us add that mistakes by humans may seem simple, but all mistakes are of a deeper purpose, or if you will, divine intervention. Mistakes are your higher self self-correcting. I like that. Mistakes are your higher self-correcting. The correction, of course, comes only if you choose to examine deeper and not chide yourself for a mistake. This is not, and that's hard. That can be really hard to not chide ourselves for making a mistake, an error in judgment. But Phillip says, don't chide ourselves. This is not to say you will always find the answer immediately or even in this lifetime, but you will have an inner peace that the mistake was merely a correction in direction that you needed to take if you allow yourself. Of course, you can stay in the self-chiding of the mistake, but we suggest self-evaluation over self-chiding. It must be said that when we speak of mistakes, we are not speaking of harming another or self-harm. This is a different discussion. This is not to say you will never hurt another's feelings. It is to say we are not talking about harming the body or deep emotional scarring of another or of self. Now let us look at some of the examples we gave earlier to help you understand that mistake is not a mistake. Let us say you take a wrong turn to your destination only to learn you avoided being involved in an accident. And I have to tell you, that has happened to me. And it's kind of a wow when you do have that. You thought the wrong turn was a mistake. Was it? Of course it wasn't. Or let us use the example of carrying too much. From the tall stack, a piece of paper floats out. A question about your life has been on your mind, and as you pick up the paper, a word or two seem to lighten up, providing you with the answer you seek. I think all of you heard me last week tell you that when Lily passed, I took many of her things over to the barn just to store them. And I had my hands full, so I put her carrier, that we take animals to the vet, and I put her carrier on the ground. And when I picked it up, a butterfly flew out. So was it a mistake that I had too much in my arms? Because maybe if I hadn't put that carrier on the ground, I wouldn't have seen that butterfly fly out. So there's just an example. Or, going on with Phillip, the position you accepted for money over your heart's desire allows you to begin an organization to help others, which pleases your heart. Or you chose a life partner who forces you to learn self-care and boundaries. Every mistake has a deeper purpose, but that purpose must be mined with self-realization. Self-harm or harming another is always greater than what we call a mistake, which, as we have said, is an error in judgment. Harm is not okay, even if the desire for retribution is coming from another life experience, past lives, if you will. Harming another is always a selfish act, not a mistake. A mistake is a selfless act that allows you to grow and even find deeper love for self as you understand the deeper purpose of the mistake. In doing so, you will celebrate yourself instead of chiding yourself. I always like to read that last paragraph again, so here it goes, because I think that's such an important paragraph. A mistake is a selfless act that allows you to grow and even find deeper love for self as you understand the deeper purpose of the mistake. In doing so, you will celebrate yourself instead of chiding yourself. Those are Phillip's words. Okay, we have a future question, please. What is the best way to connect to our higher? Okay, great. Higher aspects and hear and understand their message as you do with Phillip. I want to talk to that for a moment because yes, I just put out, I didn't just put it out. I put it out in the newsletter, a connection to the blog, but you can go to my website and you can look up 7 ways of connecting with your spirit guide. And I will explain that a little bit deeper, or why it helps to work with the spirit guide. But look up that blog. if you just put in intuition in under where it says search, it'll come up as one of the blogs, and that'll give you 7 ways. Or if you get my newsletter, which is free, you can sign up for that on the website as well. If you get the newsletter, I put a link to that particular blog that came out this morning, which is interesting, your question. And then, okay, Jakarta, Marie, if you have more questions about it, please let me know. And I do think that's a good question that you've posed. And I think we should look a little bit deeper into that. But in the meantime, go look up the spirit guide. A spirit guide is an old teacher that we've had in one or more lives. Many people work with Phillip, by the way. I'm not the only one. And many people who study with me and have done the work in my workshops now work with Phillip. So feel free to call upon Phillip as well. But it is I always say we have multiple guides around us. And if you want to just use a loved one who's passed over, you can start there. That's all right, as long as that person comes to you only in love and has a higher purpose in your life. If it's somebody who isn't spiritually evolved, I wouldn't advise them. But you will find that many, many guides are around you. And as you learn to talk to the different ones, I always say the communicator, ask for your main guide, the communicator, which is for me, Phillip. Because if you've got think of being in a circle and 10 or 20 people are trying to talk to you at once, you're not going to get it. And you will have some guides that just hold you in love. Anyway, that's getting past our information today. And so we will go into that one. We have a couple of questions in the queue, in the line. So we will definitely get to this one, more about spirit guides in the future. In the meantime, do look up that blog, I think it's 7 ways to deepen your intuition or something. Just type in under question or under search intuition, and one of those, it'll come up. Okay. Speaking of intuition, let's get a message from Phillip. And I want to say be patient with yourself, because it takes a while to really start trusting. I have been doing this. I'm 77. I'll be 78 November the 11th. And I have been doing this literally my whole life, working with Phillip since I was barely 50. And that itself is another story, which I'll tell another time. So here we go. All right, I'm hearing right, but I think left is also important. So if you heard right, this is the message for all of us, and our intuition's in sync. So here we go. Rather than ask for more, ask to be more. That's page 137. Rather than ask for more, ask to be more. There you go. And then for those of you who heard left, when you pray, it is your own growth you are working on. When you pray, it is your own growth you're working on. I want to just add a little something to our first message, which is for all of us. Rather than ask for more, ask to be. When we ask to be more, we learn more about our guides, because they are there to help us. We learn more about our service to this world and how all of our experience, even those that seem like mistakes, really take us in higher development. And be patient with yourself, please. It takes years sometimes to make a leap, shall I say. Oh, thank you. Jakarta, I'm saying your name wrong, forgive me. Marie will sign up today. Great timing. Yes, it is. And again, the newsletter is free. On the website, there's a way to sign up. And we do not, by the way, sell anybody's email. We just need it for the newsletter. So we're not going to sell your email to anybody. And wow, what beautiful message. Thank you. Thank you. You are so appreciated, and you keep me turning the microphones on so you can hear me. It's not your computer. Although I will say I had a computer glitch when I signed on this morning, and it was like, this is not a day to have a computer glitch. but I didn't panic. And so for me, that was a good thing. I thank each and every one of you. You can see our little girl in the background here who's sound asleep now. She was comfortable enough to get back in her bed. I thank you. I love each and every one of you. I am so grateful that you're taking these messages out into the world and making your lives better with them and making our world better. It's a rough time out there now. And I think if you listen to the August predictions, it'll make some sense why, if you're having a rough time right now. Not easy energy, but we're all going to get through it because we have love. And for all my friends in Hawaii, well, we just got a message from Long Beach, California. I love it. I used to live in Long Beach, California. So I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm guessing, well, I'm not going to guess, but hello from Long Beach, California. So good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I had many years in Long Beach way back when. That goes back into the late 1970s, early 1980s. Thank you. Japanese. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure. I was thinking Japanese and then I wasn't real sure. And that's beautiful. Hello from Long Beach, written in Japanese characters. Absolutely beautiful. So I hope all of you can see that. Love to all of you. Thank you for the love that you send to us. Thank you for the love that you receive from us, and allow it to nurture your life and pass it on. And Sheila says, thank you, Diana. Thank you. Remember, mistakes allow us to look deeper at what's really going on. See you soon, like next Friday, if not before. Love you. Bye for now. Thank you.